I caught a cold now, so my voice might be very weird. Today is the third video of my one pack challenge series. The star of today's show is none other than the tiny living stuff pack. First, I laid out all the build items from the pack right here. There's actually a lot, right? The best part about tiny living is obviously the ability to build tiny homes. So I decided to build a tiny house today, something I haven't really shared on my channel before. I tried to find some cute inspiration from Pinterest, but nothing had come to my mind. So I decided to design with my own ideas. My initial goal was to stay within the Tier 2 tiny home limit. I did consider going for Tier 1, but I realized I wouldn't be able to achieve the specific vibe and aesthetic I was going for. So I compromised with myself and settled for Tier 2. The Tier 2 limit is exactly 64 tiles. Since the lot is quite small, a single-story 64 tile layout wouldn't leave much room for exterior design. So I'm going with a 2-story build. Before finalizing the 2 floors, I started with a larger shell to figure out the window and door placement. Once I found the look and I liked, I scaled it down. You see these 2 windows? I'm narrowing the building width to match them perfectly. Well, I'm curious to see how many tiles we'll have left after shrinking the terrace. And let's adjust the roof as well. Now for the depth of the house. Shaving up some space to match the design, and there we go. I'll swap the wallpaper on the second floor and fix the roofline here too. Next up, I'm placing the stairs to the second floor on the right side. I really wanted to flush these winding stairs right against the wall, but classical sim limitation kicked in and it just wouldn't snap. But I tucked them in as close as I could. For the entrance, I wanted a very homely, soft vibe, so I'm clustering a bunch of planters here. Since this pack doesn't have a ton of plants, I'm pulling a lot from a base game. And I thought a puff of yellow would be super cute, so I started with these yellow window frames. On the second floor balcony, I placed a table where the Sims can feel the breeze. But then I realized there was no way to actually get out here, so I swapped one window for a door. To keep the cozy atmosphere going, I added more greenery. Now, let's go on to the first floor. I placed the bed as far from the stairs as possible. Well, in real life, the vibration from people walking up and down stairs can be annoying. I know Sims probably don't care, but my occupational habit kicked in, so I had to add that detail. The shower and kitchen are going on the second floor. I added a cute yellow shower head to match the theme. The kitchen also gets yellow counters as an accent. I found there's really clean and adorable items in the base game, so I used those. Sadly, the stove doesn't come in yellow, but I picked a white one to match the countertop. I really wanted the yellow fridge, but it was way too expensive. I figured a sim living in a tiny home might be on a budget, so I kept it realistic. Instead, I set the vibe with cute yellow wallpaper and brown flooring. My absolute favorite item from tiny living is this rug. It's my all-time fave, so of course I had to place it. Let's get back to the first floor and make a space for a toilet. I placed the toilet and sink using the same color as the bed color. I used toilet and sink from the tiny living pack because I was trying my best to use as many items from the pack as possible. I struggled with where to put the mini table, but the corner felt the cutest and most space efficient. I added another cute rug that complements the accent colors. I love everything about tiny living, but honestly, the painting in this pack are kind of an eyesore. Then I went in and manually placed all the light switches for that extra detail. I also put a coat rack in the corner and some cute cushions under the TV. We all have a lot of clutter under our tables, right? I tried to pack in as many cute decorative items as possible, but it's tough with such a limited space. For lighting, I stuck with the tiny living fixtures. Now, let's head outside. Besides being a tiny home, the highlight of this build is the adorable garden and pond. Let's make a pond. As I was terraforming the pond, one side of the pans got a bit warped. Well, let's just call it shoddy construction. To hide the edges of the pond and create a cozy and natural look, I'm adding lots of greenery. I even asked a friend who majored in landscape architecture for some tips on how to make it look natural and pretty. And I also added some rocks like this. I really wanted to use those limited time event rock, but I left them out just in case some of you missed this event. Well, I filled the pond with murky green water because it's a pond. I wanted a cozy cottage living vibe, so I added some fish and ducks and fireflies like this. And what's a cozy house without some gardening? So I placed some planters right in front. I recently visited the countryside and saw a house with a stunning garden. The vibe was organized chaos. It looked messy but intentional. I took a lot of inspiration from that for these planners. However, the gardening boxes are so rectangular that it's hard to avoid the boxy look. Next, I did some terrain painting to make it look more natural. Right across from the entrance is where the mailbox usually goes. I used this birdhouse style mailbox from a recent event because it's so cute. If you don't have it, any base game mailbox will work fine. I hope I captured that perfectly cluttered look I was talking about. Finally, I painted a gravel path. I wanted to build it with actual stones, but I knew the sim would complain about rooting issues and say they couldn't pass. So, terrain paint it is. And of course, no garden is complete without flowers. All done. Let's see the results.